button. Because I have long hair, that's why. No, let's keep this hair this way. Let's do this. Real talk with me, my co-host. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to do this episode off the bat because this episode is gonna be a one whole thing. And boy, we feel like we're okay right here. Because right now we're dealing with everything. So this is just all fun for you and all fun for me. We're going through this one subreddit here called r/pettyrevenge. Oh my, we're gonna have a lot of fun of getting the guest petty revenge. From the stories, have little small victories who have done us wrong. So let's get started. Let's get to read some of the latest ones, but I'll so for the first half, we'll start some of the hot topic they have, and then we'll go to the new ones. All right. I think the first one is in hand right now, so very small, very intimate. Let's get down to this. Okay. Revenge on my wife was sweet. Okay. So quick backstory. My soon-to-be ex-wife, STBXW is soon-to-be wife, ex-wife, was having an affair with a coworker. I found out right before COVID. We were quarantined together, so did some work to reconcile. Then things started going back to normal. We were on vacation in Hawaii and I had to use her phone to add her vaccine passport to return. I saw she was still in contact with AP and texted him the entire trip. At this point, I knew I was done. However, instead of blowing up and confronting her, I figured I need to gather info and move on. So I deleted text thread and blocked his number. My next 24 hours before we left were amazing. She clearly knew I had to remove his contact, but she couldn't confront me about it just in case I didn't, and it exposed her still sleeping and talking to him. To watch her meltdown over the next day and being jittery and frantic still brings a tear to my eye. Nothing was said on the many hours flight home, and she was shaking. She knew something was coming. Anyway, I waited 3 more days so I could set myself up to leave and got the rest of those texts and hidden messages she had elsewhere. I'm just proud of myself for being calm, cool, and collected at probably the most painful moment in my life. She is but a memory now, and I have happily moved on. Okay, so that was a great story. Okay, so yeah, because he found out that he had cheated with somebody, that she had cheated on him with someone else. And then so yeah, so he deleted text thread and blocked the number of the person that she cheated to. Yeah, that really accepts it. Let's see what the comments said. Yeah, she was horrified. You blocked the guy she was having an affair with? Nice. And then commented, imagine the panic attack she had for an hours where I crying the plane, wandering with the other shoe phoned up. Nice. And the OP replied, I watched her absolute deteriorate over the course of the day. Our flight was at like 10 p.m. due to time zones. The entire day at the resort, she was in the panic. She kept making plans to go see a therapist, get some help. It's as if she was trying to tell me she was going to fix things, but for what? Cheaters say try to fix themselves and lob bomb and find something out, right? If the cheaters told you to try to fix themselves, they're not. It's literally BS, and then put love bomb on somebody. Yep, that that goes in the trash bin. and taken itself out. Really like that story. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is nice. Go make your food uneatable then. All right, yeah, I'm intrigued here. I got a job in construction as a laborer when I was fresh out of college. College, I mean college here. My mom would pack me food to eat in the break room, which I stored in the fridge. Some would steal it, and I'd be sad and hungry. When I caught the guy doing it, he laughed. What are you gonna do about it? Ugh, I hate some people stealing lunches from everybody. Didn't really annoys me. Okay, the guy was a contractor. With me. It's between the contractor that was contract and me. I don't steal lunches. Neither my lunch getting stolen. Okay, while I worked the wreck, here to hire, there wasn't much. There wasn't much I could do about it. My workmates told me just to ignore it. He'd be gone in a few weeks, but I was fuming a little angry. Angry. I confronted the guy. His workmates didn't say anything. He left ending things by saying, "Go make your food uneatable then." This brought me down a rabbit hole and I would consume the rest of my life. I went straight to the shop and bought out the hottest hot sauce I could find on the shelves. I added everything I took to my work. I ended up liking it so much that I started using it at home too. The guy called me a prick for spiking my food and it never disappeared from that site again. I started using more and more hot sauce, but realizing I wanted more. I wanted hotter. I bought some hot sauces online so I could choose if anyone's interested. Ooh, okay. I will look that is up as soon as again. I started buying some 7% red Savina. I move on to 70% ghost pepper and eventually Carolina Reaper. I became obsessed with the high and I will get it from eating it. Try the pepper X. Way hotter than them. I started buying everything hot I could find. Popcorn, pork scratchings, nuts, fudge, chocolate limes, spice rubs, capsaicin extract. You name it. If a hot version exists, I probably bought it. If I added it to all my food, I go to restaurants, either with a jar of spice rub or a bottle of hot sauce. Added ghost pepper flakes to my cooking. Anything not chill wasn't edible for me. My friends and family thought I was insane. Fast forward to about 10 years. I'm still into chili. I moved industries a few times and changed jobs many times. My food has disappeared one at a time. All the time I work with now, a new guy came in and stole my food. They accused me of spiking my food and trapping them. I got a laugh out of listening to my friends laughing at him saying, "Dude, he does that with all his food." The lads love it when I bring in some weird Carolina Reaper snack. I've had two people with tears streaming down their face chucking UTC milk warm for the cover. That's what you get for saying that one. I just finished growing my first ghost pepper plant. That was good for him. I bought a bottle of Blue Dragon Sriracha, chopped two chilies up fine, and added to the sauce, which is what prompted me to make this post. This all happened because someone stole a food from an 18-year-old laborer. Yep. That contractor just wanted to steal someone's lunch and just took it. And someone to say, "Go make your food uneatable then," he took that thing personally. He took those words, made something more spicy so that no one can eat that thing. All right. If you want to make my food go uneatable then I'll take a little saucy, drop some hot things here. There. Serve it. Serve it. Watch. Watch as their eyes go red. Yeah, I like how you pray to return you to some sort of spice god. Great character development. Good some character development there. So yeah, this jerk was angry that you dared make the food he steals from me terrible for him to eat. Jeez, what entitlement. Yep. I must say your stomach must be lined with lead. Yeah, that worked out. Very nice. All right. Say, "O- okay, what are you gonna do about it? Only said to young people working in physical labor slash heavy duty jobs. Mhm. When I were younger and worked for a while construction, overheard douches and no laborers. Other guy replied, you know, accidents happen. The side winds are strong up on the 17th floor. Yeah, some accidents are because some people never learn to mind their business. Never learn how to mind your damn business. Hmm, that's a really look at the same energy. Dip crap. Oh yeah, what are you gonna do, tough guy? Break my arm? Other guy, no. After 18 years of murder, right now I'm on a parole. A lot of people all bark. Some people, however. I definitely trust the people to back up their words with actions. Yep. If you want to break the arm, guess what? I have done it before. So what? Don't do the same thing as me. And you're probably gonna end up with something really bad. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Nice. All right, this one's a really good one. I threw the customer's card back at him. Are you intrigued there? Okay. My parents own a fast food franchise, and I currently work there with my boyfriend, who I met at work, and a couple of good friends who subsequently started working there on my boyfriend's recommendation. We all get along quite well, and our work is a well-oiled machine. There is a kid around 16, male maybe, that has been coming into our store for years and years. He is notoriously known for being brash and rude with us employees. He was known for quite a while for throwing his debit card at whomever was taking his order. A couple months ago, he threw his debit card at me. And you know what? I had had it. I audibly said, wow. And after I had run the card, I threw it back exactly as he thrown at me. He has with his friends and they all laugh. Ever since then, this boy has showed a bit more respect to my coworkers and me. He has never since thrown his card at any of us. Rather, he hands it over like a regular person, as it should be. As it should be. You gotta respect to the people who are making food. Okay, all the food industry, you gotta respect to the people who are in the food industry. If anyone agrees with that, I really appreciate for listening to this podcast. When you go into commute here, if you're commuting right now and listening to this episode of podcast, I appreciate you. Okay, good. All my coworkers have expressed surprise that this boy no longer throws his car. I can't believe the effect that this had on him. Honestly, his car is busted. Ooh, I could tell he's been throwing it at cashiers for a long, long time. He's been a lot more polite since this incident, and I'm super happy for him. And I watch him grow up, and it's heartening to see that I may have a difference in how he treats people, especially customer service work in the future. Good job. Good for you for doing this. Man, imagine somebody has thrown this credit card at somebody. That's outright disrespectful. And he's gonna and she's gonna despair eventually. You know what? If you threw the card back at me when I'm done this, you know what? I threw this card right back at him. That's how it feels. Okay. Look at this comment here. Okay. Whenever a customer throws their card slash money slash ID at me, I probably hand it back and say, "We will not be serving you today. Come back when you learn some manners." Then I turn around, go back to my desk, and order spouting protests and declarations that they're going to get me fired. Well, don't threaten me with a good time. You could do what I do, my kids. If they yell demands, and I say, "Try again, please." It actually work wonders. I snap at the nuts and say, "I'm sorry. I'll have to try again, please," and then have a do-over. That's great. Really, really awesome. Really nice. Real when it comes to service workers or retail workers, don't expect them to be so entitled and just throw their credit card on them. It would be pettier, but that would be to prevent it if they can read their just read their credit card number out loud. No, that would be a bad idea. Oh, it would have been more pettier than that. Is post his credit card on social media. No, that's a bad idea. Don't do this one. I don't. You're never. Don't ever do this one. We're do petty thing. It's good. It's a good thing that when he throws a credit card at you or anything like that, you know, I'll throw the money back. No, I give if I can give them a change, I can throw all that and hopefully they'll clean it up. If they say give the change, you know what? I'll put the change here and I'll throw the money back. You don't get any charitable stuff from me because you disrespect people who are working. Yeah, the service workers and the people who are making food for you, you gotta respect them. Otherwise, they can't serve you. Okay, this one's very small. Very thin, little small. Had a bully. Okay, made my childhood bully walk in the rain in a sketchy part of town. It's great. Had a bully in high school. I was his special project. Hmm, that special project means something, huh? Because you always get bullied all the time, like so it's really hurtful. He made it his job torment and humiliate me every day. Fortunately, we went to different high schools and I'd see him again until he got in my taxi. I worked part-time as a cab driver while in uni. It was like 2 a.m. He had 20 and needed to get home. I drove until the meter hit 20 and I pulled over, told him to get out. Miles from his destination, in the rain, in a bad part of the city. I had never acknowledged that I knew him. Not sure if he recognized me. It was not enough of revenge of what he put me through, but it still felt that good. Yeah, that's what happens when bully someone from the past and they never forget that. They never forget who they bullying here. And also people who are getting bullied. I know some first names. Hopefully they're not watching this because this is a podcast. I can say whatever I want, okay? Shut it. So yeah, he recognized that little bully because he to drive somewhere, to get home. You know what? I'll just drive and make it until $20 and that's it. Leave him home in a bad part of the city. Oh yeah, it's great. Should have drove around the block and splash him. That would have been better. That's better. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's see. The meter runs to 19. You stop at a red light, to your screen, but don't move off. The wipers continue to clear the screen against the constant rain. Your passenger notices and sees you looking at him in the mirror, leans in before it can speak, and you say, "You don't remember me, do you?" Roll opening credits of my new psychological thriller. Love that part. Forget where the opening trying to push. No, okay, good. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. I'll have time for one more from this one, and then we'll go to the new ones that they got. Okay, next one. Parking issue. Okay, this is from quite some time ago in my old home. My house was opposite at school, and the parking at pickup time was dreadful. With visitors parking across the people's drop curbs and even in the drives. Now I wasn't bothered as I would normally be at work, but one time I came home to see a large chromatic flower pot that had been broken. And there, a lovely old lady was tending to her front garden, saw me looking at the pot, and said, "A car had parked on my drive earlier, was probably responsible for the damage." Next day, I decided to come home early at pickup time, and again, a car was parked on my drive. I pulled across my drop curb and left to speak to my neighbor about what I was doing and warn her someone at her door asking about my car. She found it all rather amusing and invited me in to watch the fun. Not much later, a woman with two kids come back, stands around for a few minutes thinking I suppose that it was another parent, and it says, The doorbell. My neighbor and I were giggling like children. About 30 minutes later, I asked my mate to lend me a carrier bag, and a few items quietly left her house and walked into my drive. The woman was furious and asked me what I was playing at. I just replied, I came home and some ignorant person was parked on my drive and I went shopping. I opened my door and went inside and closed it behind me. Next thing the bill went, and as she was obviously upset, closed the tears. I moved my car and she left. End of story. That's great. Okay, when had the parking in our front lawn, so little Timmy did not have to walk very far. Decided to install many new rocks in the front as they are grass in the way. I have some lovely succulents now growing between them. And several neighbors have done the same. Pretty nice. Oof. Because someone has blocking her parkway, but you know what? Drop somewhere on the curb and just going in around. Yeah, definitely makes sense for that. Okay. All right, we're done with this one and we're moving on into some new stuff. Brand new stuff. New stuff that I never read. Okay. All right, so we get into this new one here. Start off with don't look at your mail then. Oh, I know where this is going. I posted about it before and I'm divorced due to my ex infidelity. I didn't find out she was cheating. Oh, but before we completely moved out of the place, we were living there. It was a period of about 3 weeks. I was staying with my parents, but had to go over there to get my stuff. She wasn't really living there full time either. So I was also going over to take care of our cats, not just my cats. Good job for that cat. Anyways, I just remember when I was there, there were still some things coming with me, even though I jumped on changing my address. My ex, and almost 4 years we lived together, had never been interested in the mail. She claimed it was all junk. Over the years, this had led to her letting her car registration lapse because she missed the reminder and some other things, but not major. When we were together, I'd throw out the spam mail, but give her the important looking things. Half the time, she wouldn't look at those. Anyways, those 3 weeks, I'm bringing in all the mail and only touch mail that had my name on it. Anything else, I put her in the pile. I told her this, and the pile was in the obvious spot. One day, she got a mail from the IRS. Oh, the envelope was thin enough that I could tell it was some sort of error in her taxes from the prior year. Before we're married, we've only been married 6 months before financial. I just put it in the pile of mail with all her other things. On my next trip over, I noticed the mail, including that letter, in recycling bin. Not my business, but some part of me really hopes this has become a problem for her since then. That's the mail from the IRS. It's weird. There's some very important. Throw it in the recycle bin. Yes. Oh, if you don't look at the mail, then I'm just gonna ignore your important stuff too. All the junk mail, even the important stuff. That's what happens when you cheat. Wow, that's a joke. She was checking out the wrong mail. Yeah, very funny. I'm sure he has. Akabo was convicted of any of these crimes. He was convicted of a tax evasion. Can't skip him. Nice. Don't enter. Nice. There's a very the IRS is a very important letter, so don't miss it. I have some few more things and then we're done, okay? Alright. Alright, we got three more things here and we're done with this episode, okay? Alright, good. Alright, next one is messed up bully's life. Very amazing, it. Okay. In Asia, there's a concept of ragging in colleges. Ragging. It's a form of hazing done by seniors on newcomers. I just talked about that on one of my friend quit. So, bit of fun by saying it's supposed to break the ice, but it's nothing but a form of humiliation and mental torture, not physical. We're also trying to clamp it down, but the practice is still so widespread, you much expected once you enter the college life. Because you wanted to be part of this frat party in frat house or something like that. Sucks. It happened to me in college, and all things the most humiliating part was them forcing me to dance in a lewd way. Oh God. Was over in seconds, but the memory was just burning in my head for days, and I couldn't get rid of it. I already knew from my college history that reporting to them directly doesn't do jack, though ragging is the ban. Well, the government had made portals and helplines to report these things. That source seemed untapped to me, so I officially filed a complaint and did my best to move on with my life. 10 years later, yep, I came to know the police wanted to talk to me to close the case. I had forgotten about the whole thing, but now that something was happening, I wasn't willing to just drop it. So they made into official charge against the four perps. Oh, turns out the boys were all working abroad. So am I. And got scarred out of their minds and realizing there's an official charge against them. Oh, working abroad requires visas and all renewal forms. Question side, have you ever been charged? Doesn't matter if you're found innocent or guilty. You have to take it yes. For countries with high immigration rates, that's a potential death sentence on your visas. Well, that's awful. Renewals can get rejected even if you have a solid explanation. Mhm. We found and contacted me via social media, begging me to take my complaint back, offering me money. Hmm, I don't need the money. Too bad for him. I'm well to do. I informed this to the police in charge, and he's in a deeper hole. As for me, seeing some semblance of justice was really cathartic and helped me actually heal instead of forgetting about it. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, because all this ragging, it's like hazing, and I don't like it. This is why I don't like it. But this OP literally took this next level and filed this little complaint and just moving on. 10 years later, it so happened that complaint now becomes an official charge for those four people who had bullied him from the college. If they are working abroad or something like that, yeah, there's an official charge against the four. Okay. If you wanted to work in abroad, they had to require visas and all some visas. But there are one certain question like, have you ever been charged? Okay. If you're found innocent or guilty, or you're guilty or not guilty, doesn't matter. You'll have to take yes. Yeah. And yeah, if it is high exposure rate, yeah, definitely a death sentence on the visas. And if even if you have like a explanation about it, yeah, those will be rejected. And on your visas, death sentence. Worse than that. And now he's trying to help you and take the complaint back. No, no need to. I'm not forgetting about it. I will remember that. Nice. Look at this. As a freshman, I was hazed by a senior. It took me 3 years by laying him out at the alumni cross game. Incredible cheat shot that he never saw coming. I still feel good about it. Okay. Abuse to comprehend only one language. Consequences. Yep. That's how the hazing is definitely the actions, but there are consequences to it. Roll over the next. So, Jennifer, fight your tactics suck. I love it. Yep. Communist universities since the GI Bill democratized higher education. Post World War II, thousands of foreign military went to university. Take wealth being hazed by rich kids, their age or younger. That's how. That's definitely what it feels like for that one. Sucks, ain't it? I have just already talked about it. I'm not gonna rant about it. Oof, Lowell got his first day of freshman year. 17 years that he applied for a job with my union. What do you know? I'm vice president and in charge of employment. Followed protocol, had an interview, said thank you, and he left. To this, he sent me an apology from being a butt in the college. Day after, he got rejection email. Nice, better off without him. Yeah, yep. By college, and no front they, like I said, it's the screw around and find out. Sometimes you have consequences that actions are a little brutal. So yeah, I have no sympathy for bullies. Yep, I have zero sympathy. I already said about this a little before. I gave zero sympathy for the people who have done me wrong. Because with the people who have done me wrong, be careful. They might be coming back to you and it's worse than what you did to me. There's something worse to you. So, yep, I'll have a karma and I do believe in karma and I'll have everything in place. I'm not asking anything. I'm not asking God or anything to punish them. Let Him do the work for me. So I'm just gonna move on and do something else. Yep. Again, yep. Zero from these. And the consequences, takes time, but it will come out eventually. It will come out eventually. Love it. Okay, I have two more left. Hope you like your steak rare. Oh, this is good. Ooh. All right. So first off, let me start by saying my father is a piece of work. I am low contact with him now as I've decided to stop wasting my time with people who don't care about me just because they're family. And how this takes place about 4 weeks ago. So, some background before the story. My father, again, pretty terrible, cheated on my stepmother, not legally to 120. They split up. He kept trying to force a relationship between me and his new chick. Now, I love my stepmother more than my father, if I'm honest. She helped raise me, treat me like her own flesh and blood. It's real proper to mother to me. She's a lovely woman and I still consider her family, even though she isn't my partner anymore. Okay, to the story. For a while after the split, I tried to keep the relationship with my father, partly because he's my father, but mostly because my partner and I had just our first child and wanted him to know his family, get to know a little better. That's what a father should do. My father likes steak. It's been common knowledge my whole life. If you want to make him happy, buy him steak. Now, over the course of my 32 years, I've become a pretty good cook. Not professional by any means, but I know how to turn out some good cooking. So Father's Day, I invited my father to have father over to have a steak dinner. Now, when I issued this invitation, I made it clear I was only inviting only him. But through the whole conversation, she kept including his new chick. I told him flat out I didn't want her to join us. Then he hits me with, well, I don't know if I can come without her. So, whatever. So I'm fine. Bring her. But now I'm mad. I don't have to cook for this woman I don't even like. So instead of high quality steaks I intend to purchase, we bought so many basic low grade steaks. Now another point against my father is he's one of those I only eat my steak well done people. And so is no chick. Now, get out of the trash. Both of them for the streets. Okay? That is so bad. No, no. It's better off that you have no contact because they're for the streets. Hate the people who are well done. If we're having this stick well done. Nope. They're for the streets. Okay. Cue the pettiness. I made my meal, as I said it, but when I started my steaks, I made sure every one of them was medium rare at best. Like me, my partner, and I like some pink to our steak. I prefer a medium, but I was willing to take the hit if it meant making sure I got my point across. Nothing says you weren't invited. Get out. Like quite like serving an underdone steak to a letter eater. Ah. Oh, you like your steak well done, like a horrible person? Try eating like under no done, like a medium rare. Hope you like pink. Oh, I so love that one. Yep. Don't trust him who cooks steak well done. Yep. That's the people I boom, get out of there. Ugh. This is the only meal. Okay. Nice. Yep. Out with the trash. There for the streets. Nope. That is a one way to not that is definitely a one way to not invite him to this thing. If this is the only one invitation that he gets, that's an invitation that he got. And he will get it. Oh, he got it. Serve him some meat rare. Oh, that's meat rare. Hmm. That think he don't know how to cook steak. Oh, he knows. She knows. She definitely knows cook steak. But there are some ways that you can cook steak. Be like because I usually do medium rare. Medium rare is a little pink. I don't do much pink. But I still like the little tidbits of the pink. I say when we usually order a medium, we usually order steak, we say a medium well. We do we do like our steak medium well, but we need just a slightly little pink, not a rubbery like a rubber, like a tired steak, some crap like that, but I don't like that a bit. Yeah. All right. Last one. Very last one. Don't want to let me merge? Enjoy the tickets. Okay. It's great. So I drive a tow truck for a living. I was leaving the scene of an accident with a vehicle on the deck. All my lights are on and flashing, and this crap box VW Jet decides, screw you, I'm gonna speed match you so you can't merge. My lane is ending. My truck's over 20,000 pounds, and the Jet is around 3,000 pounds. Prepare for the pettyrevenge. Instead of going in behind him at the right way as my lights are on and the cop was at the scene of the crash and was watching this full, I decided, screw you. Air horn time. Now it's a Freightliner M2 with a 20-foot deck on it, so it's a decent sized truck. I am the air horn constantly now. Constantly. Now my signal is on, but this ace in the hole still thinks he won't be letting me over. I force my way in as the truck isn't the fastest, but I'm the only one. Other roads cover the entire city, but it's busy and it's raining hard. Seconds do count. The cop is getting irritated by butt hat in Jeddah because we're finally in a fully market store. Decides, you want to be a dick? Let's see how you like this one. Jeddah is now tailgating me, has his phone in his hand, taking pics of my truck, and then when the road goes back to two lanes, Jeddah aggressively swerves slowly next to me and just taking pics of the truck. So can't complain about me. The cop's pissed off now and decides this guy needs a little reminder of the law. Yeah, nobody knows doesn't know about the law. So when I get merged and he just did is all of that. Just to be screwing you over. Yep, this Jetta little looking okay. The cop lights this Cop lights this guy up and pulls him over and gave him multiple tickets. Failure to yield to an emergency vehicle. Yeah. Failure to slow down and move over for flashing lights. Using an electronic device while driving. Never. No, no. Failure to use the signal using the lane change. Yeah. Tailgating. Driving in undue care and attention. That's freaking six. Six tickets. Okay. The total is about $1,500 in fines for all that combined. Maybe he should have just let me in and who wouldn't be out a crap load of money. Block trap for the cops at night and blind corners to keep them safe. They watch my back to keep me safe. But I have a video of the idiot getting pulled over but won't let me attach it. Because everybody asks how I know what he got fined with. It's because I work with the same cops 4 nights a week. And there's only 4 cops on that shift. Oh my gosh. That's what happens when you screw around and find out. Oh, it's just the vehicle with more luck. That's funny. Uh, the right away. Ah, that's the truck, right? Okay, what's the truck? So yeah, it's definitely a truck for sure. 20 pounds of the whole truck. Yeah, 20 pounds of this whole big old truck. It's like a fire truck or something like that. But wow, unfreaking believable. So love it. Okay, let's try some other comments right here. The guy that deserves what he got for sure. But I can ask why having all your lights on and flashing keeps you right away? It's a genuine question. Okay, so replies. While most people only think of cops, fire trucks, and ambulances as right away with flashing lights, tow companies that are specifically contracted for road work and accident scenes can be considered emergency vehicles. Yeah, they're all emergency vehicles. It's not the same as a random tow driver pulling up to an accident thinking they'll get some money out of it. It's considered an emergency traffic hazard cleanup when cops call in a contracted company the scene as stop damaged vehicles can use further damage. Okay, so this person works in an adjacent job that often has to call these tow yards after the fact to get the vehicles out. And to add on, depending on the area, these may or may not depends on the laws of somewhere in your area. It does not apply to the whole majority of the tow trucks people can see. It's a tow truck, okay? They wanted to get rid of all the cars that were just pull over and they wanted to put the either in the junk or they'll put it somewhere more safe. Okay, yeah. The vast majority of public experience in general tow company. It's a tow truck. Anything with thing with a tow truck that is contracted, there are emergency vehicles. They are there to get rid of something that it was unnecessary. They don't want the cars to be, unwanted and stuff. That's good. Oof, what a fool. I've been driving a big truck forward, 60-inch flatbed, and I'm always shocked Pikachu face that traffic actually works against me in that way. Okay, and blah blah blah. Don't know about your story. When you're driving the highways, no matter what vehicle or destination or purpose, the mantra is share the road. And it also applies equally to the Jettas and tow trucks, respectively. Always share the roads. Because when you go on the highway, there are a lot of lanes. And when you want to switch lanes, always signal. But make sure sure you don't see any other cars because if you turn off the signal, they will let them know that you're changing lanes. Learned that one from the learner's permit. I still have my learner's permit with me, but hopefully eventually I have to. So I want to be a good driver, but also petty driver. Petty driver. Okay. Well, that's it. I just lost my voice today for just me talking and blabbing all this stuff. Well, that does it with all the pair adventure. I might do some more of those when I came from for my regular content, not just the real talk episode with the other ones. Hopefully you get some of the yes, there's a lot of petty things you can do in some certain way. Only if you do it correctly. Only if you do it